Welcome to the Fervor Music Facebook site. Again, thank you for joining me. I am your host, Kelle. I'm also your girl, Kelle, so it doesn't matter either which way. I want to tell you a little bit more about my journey. Currently, I am in the Evangelical Lutheran Churches of America. I refer to myself as a Pentecostal Lutheran because for most of my life, I was a Pentecostal. And I would still say I believe in the charismata of the Holy Spirit, so Pentecost came first, right? But I also believe in this Lutheran theology where we talk about justice theologies, right? Justice for everybody, justice for all. So everything from Black Lives Matter to Asian Lives Matter to LGBTQ Lives Matter. I believe the love of Jesus is strong enough. The grace of Jesus is strong enough. And the mercy of Jesus is strong enough to create an inclusive world. And along with that journey, being here within the ELCA, I've been able to go and do my master's, or at least start my master's of divinity, where I focus on justice and reconciliation. And I think I think Luther Seminary has been a perfect place for me to grow and develop, because justice is about, accountability, right? But then reconciliation is about bringing us together. And I think the balance of both worlds is the right grace message for today. I'd also like to say I've had my first experience at Luther Seminary and was awesome, meeting with professors and students and other colleagues that are also training to be pastors in ministry. And I could just say that it's a journey. Like while I was in Minnesota, I got a chance to go to the George Floyd site and just take in that space and that moment and that relive that sacred hour. Who would think in death you can change the world? So I am grateful, and as I was taking in that moment, I was just thinking about the pain and suffering of George Floyd, but also his family and the loss of that. And just looking at that circle, and some of this, I'll make sure to add some of our video footage, but just looking into that circle, I just thought, maybe this community is devastated. And actually, when I talked to a few members of the community, they kind of told me that they're not devastated or continuing living in devastation, but they are inspired. They are more connected, and that their love, grace, and mercy within that community is a lot stronger, and they're more sensitive. And they told me that not only did African Americans show up for this moment, but Native Americans showed up for that moment, and white brothers and sisters showed up from that moment. And the community is even stronger from that. Not that they still don't have problems, they do. But they've been able to turn tragedy to triumph. And so my word to you is, wherever you are today, whatever tragedy you may be processing, God can turn it into triumph. He can make it better. And I would suggest finding a church home. I have one at Hope Lutheran Church in Farmington Hills, but that is not the location for everybody. Wherever you are in your moment, let God touch your heart today. And I can only tell you that the first place that you can look is probably a house of faith in your community. And if you don't find one in your community, find one somewhere else. Let the Holy Spirit lead you, right? All right. Tragedy to triumph. God is able. God bless. Peace.